Welcome to the first week of summer reading, the summer of the Whimsical Orphan. We're reading Pippi Longstocking this week, so of course we must make a batch of pepparkakor. 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 Swedish ginger snaps, pretty much. How am I already covered in flour? It's inexplicable, this stuff like glitter. Now, you may be wondering why I'm perched up here on the counter with my bare feet in the same vicinity as the cookie dough. Here's the thing, my little pepper pals. Pippi rolls out her pepparkakor dough on the floor because she says, what earthly use is a baking board when one plans on making at least 500 cookies? Chaotic. Just the most chaotic energy I've ever encountered in the context of baking. But as much as I admire a little bit of culinary chaos, I just couldn't bring myself to roll out cookie dough on the floor. So, to compromise, I came up here, heaved myself up, and I'm rolling it out this way. Oh shit, I forgot to turn the oven on. Pepparkakor was traditionally made, as you might imagine from the name, with actual pepper, but you would not believe how difficult it was to find a recipe that still includes black pepper. Almost as if people don't like the idea of having black pepper in their cookies. Cowards! This recipe also includes some ginger, cinnamon, some ground cloves, ooh, and golden syrup, which is exactly as treacly sweet as you would expect. Oh geez. Coming out right. There are no eggs in the recipe though, which is confusing to me. Like, isn't that against the law? This dough is extremely soft. It's like changing state before my very eyes. I don't know how Pippi managed to do this on the floor, especially with a monkey tromping about. I'm using a heart cutter, just like Pippi. And also a bench scraper and a lot of flour. A lot of flour. That looks nice. Oh, you can't really see it. Waiter, there is too much pepper in my pepparkakor, but I would be proud to partake of your pecan pie. Pecan pie. Oh, that one looks weird. That's okay. Since we're here, let's talk about Wholesome Heroine season. My husband was all confused when I told him about this project. He was like, how is this any different from your normal summer? And he's right. I do tend to return to these wholesome books again and again, but this time I wanted to share them with you. Maybe it is strange for a 30-something-year-old to be reading children's books, and maybe it's strange to be recommending those books to other adults on the internet. And you know, maybe I should be reading more mature literature, like literary fiction. But honestly, those books are full of sad people. Not that there's anything wrong with a sad character. I just always need to come back to a comforting book like this one. To misquote Louise May Alcott, I've had a lot of troubles, so I read jolly tales. And if there's one thing Pippi has taught us, it's this. If it's not fun, hit the bricks. Pippi doesn't give a hoot about conventions. Not one single hoot. Girl's an iconoclast. We're all just silly little guys trying to get along in the world. Oh my gosh, this is crazy to work with. Get off the counter. Do I have to make 500 of these? I do not have enough dough for 500 of these. Here we go. Hey, here's some more chaotic energy for you, some more chaotic baking energy. My oven, I think, is broken. It doesn't want to heat up. And so what I'm doing is I'm putting it on a low broil and then checking the temperature every so often. And if it gets too hot, I turn off the broil. And if it needs more temperature, a higher temperature, I turn it back on. Embrace the chaos! Whoa, too much. Pippi's also brave, and she stands up for the weak, people who get bullied. 3 little boys who are stuck in a fire on the 3rd floor of a building. And like everybody else just kind of gives up. They're like, Oh well, our ladder isn't tall enough. Guess we can't rescue these 3 little boys who are gonna burn to death before our very eyes. But Pippi just maneuvers a little physics stuff, and she climbs right up, and her monkey Mr. Nilsson helps her. And she rescues the boys, and everybody's like, wow, Pippi, how did you do that? She's just like, come on, guys. I hope this question doesn't sound too insensitive, but does Pippi count as an orphan if she might have a father still alive? He either drowned once he fell off the ship he was on, or he survived and he's the king of a cannibal island. She's like Schrodinger's orphan. I don't know if the broiler's gonna work. Well, it gives it kind of realism. It's like cooking over an old-timey stove, wood-fired oven. Flour, flour everywhere, and all of it's on me. Pippi drinks a lot of coffee in this book, and so shall I. All right, back to work, Molar. Oh no, I took a break for too long. They're all goop. Oh, they're not so bad. They're fine. Well, that one's not fine, but you can't win them all. Okay. Woo! First batch is done. This is what broiled cookies look like. All right, let's finish up the last of these. All right, I'm going in with the second batch. I'm getting too old. It's really hard to get up there. I know several people who are definitely going to be horrified and disgusted that I'm up here with bare feet. Or feet at all. Shoes would probably be worse, actually. Sorry, guys. Sorry for that horrible noise. I cleaned off the counter, but I don't think I'll ever get all the flour off of me. That's okay. Yeah, so they're a little burned on the top, which is not what you usually see with cookies, but I think they turned out okay. They're still a little hot. So the secret with pepparkakor is you put it in your palm and you make a wish, and then you tap the cookie so that it breaks. And if it breaks into 3 pieces, exactly 3, no more, no fewer, then your wish comes true. But either way, you get a cookie, so win-win. All right, ready? I got 3! I never get 3! I usually get 2. You can taste the pepper. They're crispy, and crunchy, and gingery, and peppery. So delicious. And they're so cute, these little hearts. Thanks for hanging out today and making pepparkakor with me. Please feel free to respond in the comments with your thoughts about Pippi, or gratuitous silliness, or books in general, or pepparkakor. And then we can talk about it together, which is the main point of all this. In the meantime, thanks for hanging out with Pippi and me. We'll see you next time. Happy reading!